Well, I had a birthday just the other day and it got me feeling all nostalgic. So I decided to take a video tour of my hometown. Who says you can't go back? I'm here a couple of times a week, as a matter of fact. Well, here it is, downtown Kaufman, Texas, as seen through the dirty windshield of a tough Ford F-150 pickup truck, by the way, which I bought right here in Kaufman, Texas from my friend Chip Murray. Just a couple of blocks north of the bustling downtown square is where it all began for me. Of course, I'm talking about Kaufman Hospital, which of course is no longer a hospital. In fact, it's now a retirement home. Yet it is still conveniently located just across the street from a funeral home. This is the house where I grew up. My daddy built this house with his own bare hands, hammered every nail, sawed every board by hand. When I was 4 years old, I watched him build this here Dairy Queen, and they're still serving up that fine food today. My grandma lived here. That house stood there 120 years. Took them 20 minutes to knock that thing down. What a shame. Bought my first baseball glove here. It was a Western Auto back then. Nowadays, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on there. Too bad. That vacant lot beside that Remax, that used to be the Kaufman Herald. I spent many a good hours there in high school rolling up those newspapers. My friend David lived in this vacant lot. Of course, it wasn't vacant back then. Brian lived beside him. Mickey lived in that house that's still standing. In fact, we used to climb up that tree there. Back when it was a tree, of course. Coming up this other road, here's the backyard of the house where I grew up. Well, we played a lot of football and baseball in that backyard. Looking back, though, I don't see how we had enough room for all that, but we sure packed in a lot of good times back then. Troy lived here, and my friend Mike lived here. Back in high school, Mike's dad rented him the place next door, which used to be a laundromat. And it wasn't a laundromat, though. It was Mike's swinging bachelor pad. Hey, is that Mike's old furniture there? Here's a quick trip down Houston Street. That's the historic and beautiful street right there in Kaufman where all the old houses are. My old running buddy from high school, Rusty, he actually used to drive this fast down this street. Scare me to death. Put on your seatbelt, everybody. And last but not least, we're coming up to the birthplace of the city of Kaufman itself. If you look close, you might see the historical marker. That's where Dr. William King founded the town, King's Fort. Doesn't look like a fort now, but it was back then. And next time I take a tour of the city of Kaufman, I'm going to wash that windshield first, okay? So that'll give you something to look forward to. Well, there you are, Kaufman, Texas, everybody. City of my birth. Y'all come visit us sometime.